How you feel about Kaido as a character?
Kaido has been ruined for me as a character. As a fighter, I love Kaido.
Right.
But only as a fighter. As a character, I don't care about that nigga no more. I don't. Kaido's not even a character to me. He's just a nigga with a club. He's just a nigga with a club to me. That's it. A dragon nigga with a club. That's, I mean, like, bro, there's nothing deep about Kaido. There's nothing deep about him.
I think with Kaido, it was so much setup. I was excited for it. And then in the midst of it, it lost me because it seemed like he had no other purpose other than being strong. And then the whole Joy Boy section is a bit convoluted because it's almost like if he wanted to find Joy Boy, or he was somewhat daring the universe to give him Joy Boy, and then Joy Boy was the only one to fight him, and he was all about being challenged and fighting strong people. But every time he went up against strong people, he never really fought them. Like even when he went up against Odin, the shit got cut short because of the old hag. Oh, I killed the old hag. Okay, fight the nigga again. Fight him again. Even in the midst of Odin's speech, you kill him with a gun?
Yeah.
I thought you wanted run. I thought you wanted competition. That nigga gave you a scar that still aches when you see his sword and you didn't run it back? Oh, I killed the lady that interfered with our fight. Fight him again.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Okay, we don't know what happened in regards to Mary Joa, but whatever happened, you turned away from, not Mary Joa, Marineford. You turned away from Marineford and you put Shanks in your top 5. I thought you wanted run. What is going on, Kaido?
I don't get it, bro.
I don't understand it. The niggas that you said that are strong and that can give you run and that you feel like it's competition, you don't fight them? I don't get it. I really don't. So for Kaido, it seems like it is a lot of talk. It seems like he wanted things on his own terms.
Yeah.
But when you have the opportunity to cash in on these things, like you trying to pull up on an old Whitebeard. What? No. Bro, Shanks is right in front of you. Fight him. He's a Yonko. Fight him.
Yeah.
Big Mom, that's your big sis, but you want smoke, right? She fought you for what, a day?
Yeah.
But she's not in your top. I don't understand Kaido. Kaido is raw. We were talking about JJK yesterday. We're putting Sukuna versus somebody in the One Piece verse. Everybody brought up Kaido. Kaido was the champion that people brought up from the One Piece world. It's like everybody, when you think of somebody strong in the One Piece world, somebody formidable, you're gonna think of Kaido. But as a character, it's much to be desired there because Oda did not complete his story arc, and there's still some gaps there, and it's confusing. You're mad about Yamato being Odin, but then you're saying Yamato, you're ignorant, you don't understand it. Kaido, help us understand.
Yeah, just what is it? What are you going after?
What is it?
And people are like, well, Kaido doesn't need to be deep. He doesn't need to be deep. Not everyone needs a backstory. Then don't hint to it. Don't give the impression that there is more to him than meets the eye. Just let him be the strongest nigga in the verse, and leave it at that. And then have people around him that actually run the pirate crew, and let Kaido be like, all right, who am I running hands with now? I'm like, Kaido's just here for smoke, and that's it. The Smoke King Kaido. That's what he should have been.
If Kaido was a nigga that was pulling up on everybody, no matter what, to smoke and just always situations taking him out of it, cool. But no, Kaido wanted to team up with Big Mom, get ancient weapons, go against the world government.
All these plans. For what?
All
what
these plans.
What you need ancient weapons for? Run the hands.
Go run the hands.
Go fight the admirals.
So it's a lot of fluff, and I was hyped for the character, but then when Oda gave us that backstory with King, and then also, to be honestly, Kaido's backstory hurt King because King had this goal of basically finding Joy Boy, right?
Yeah.
Which I think would have been so much better if King still had his goal and then he saw Nika. Because you know what King can give us more than anything? Context. He's the last living Lunarian. Yeah. If he still has his goal of Joy Boy, instead of having him fight fucking Green Bull and Udon with one fucking wing, how about we have him sit down and have a conversation?
Yeah.
Let me tell you a story. They're like, oh, King, I don't want to fight. I saw the form you took on. And then he gives us context about what happened back then. Some of it, not all of it. Instead of Marco saying, you know, Whitebeard did mention that there were gods on top of the red line at one point. I don't know. You have King that is the last living Lunarian who at one point wanted to find Joy Boy. He meets Joy Boy, and then there's nothing. There's nothing in regards to the connection there. But the Lunarians, they're being used in regards to the Seraphim. They're going to be important going forward. But King is just gone now. Like literally, King is not a character. He's not a character.
He's not, bro.
Bro,
there's nothing unique about him, bro. Yeah.
The first half of Wano, you know what King said?
What?
Nothing. It's just 3 dots every time.
Just 3 dots, bro. Just looking.
3 dots every time. Arms folded.
He took it from Dragon. He pulling the Dragon.
Low key.
He was there. I think he was there in East, not key. He might have
low key. But the thing is, at least Dragon got the story working with him. King, this is your last arc. This is your last arc. Do something. Remember that? Yo, I would never forget that chapter when Izo shot the sword out of his hand. Niggas was like, what the hell is going on with this guy?
Yeah, I'm like, how did that happen, bro? Izo?
I'm like, what are you doing, King? Izo? And so with him, there could have been a lot more to his character, but at the end, he's like, nah, I don't care about it anyway. Okay.
And that was it.
So what was all that for?
Why was he even a Lunarian? Why did he need to be?
He didn't need to be Lunarian.
He didn't.
Like, King is one of those characters that's just like, it's almost like if a kid thought of him, because he's Lunarian, he has this unbreakable defense. Somehow he doesn't really know how to use his defense. He's a swordsman that doesn't care about swords, that uses swords to take swords. He is a guy who was named King without King's hockey.
Kaido named him King for no reason too. His name is Arbor, nigga.
Are
like,
you?
Why not just keep Arbor, bro? I don't get it.
I don't understand. So King is just there. And then, I'm not gonna lie, when I watched the One Piece anime, Queen is so much better.
Yeah.
Queen is so much better than King. I know
Queen
that we
had a
like how cool King is and his swordsmanship, and he's a Lunarian, but Queen is the much better character.
Yeah.
So much better. So much better. Like I said, I know Queen fat, and we fat shame over here.
Yeah, we fat shame over here.
Niggas ain't gonna say it, but we do.
Niggas aren't gonna say it's the truth. That's why they really slandering him.
That's why they don't like him.
King had the sexy pecs and the flowing hair and the L'Oreal, you know what I'm saying? He had it, bro. He had the whole screaming. All of a sudden,
if he had that, niggas be moving a little different. But because Queen looked like how he looked, they man like, get that bum out of here. Queen got the Mads lore.
He got standing in the story.
You see
nigga.
what I'm saying?
Actual standing.
He got actual standing in the world. And niggas hate him. His voice actor was great. That nigga can dance.
He can dance.
You know what I'm saying?
He said that nigga can dance. He got
But not
skills.
everybody hate that nigga. Bro, that nigga was using all the germ attack.
Yo, bro, he got hobbies, bro. Like this.
Bro, nobody talks about it, but Bonnie was able to use Nika-ish powers. Bro, Queen turned from a dinosaur to like a snake. What is this nigga, bro?
Yeah. Yo.
I'm just saying. But King, he looked cool. He got the fit. He got the sword. He's Lunarian. Yeah. He's the prettiest nigga in One Piece. We thought he had the goal, but he's just flat. And I think that's the problem with Wano. A lot of things just fall flat. Hawkins 1% falls flat. X-Drake, flat. Kid, flat. Everything is just flat. Kyrie? Just
do something, bro. He really is just Kyrie holding his ring up and standing in the corner, bro. That's it.
I'm just saying, bro. It's just like, there's so many things in the arc. Bro, I really had a lot of hope for Hawkins. Hawkins was spinning Act 1.
Yeah, he was.
Open. Yo, after Kaido packed up Luffy, I'm like, oh, Law about to save him. Fucking Hawkins said, no, sir. No, sir.
He said, it's it for me.
I'm on your top. Nope. I'm here. He like Patrick Mahomes. I'm here. I'm here. That's what Hawkins said. Then all of a sudden, Act 2, Act 3, Hawkins turned into like the dumbest nigga in the world. Then at the end, this nigga has the worst death,
bro,
in One Piece.
Unreal,
after Pedro. He has the worst death in One Piece because he's talking to Drake and he's like, what about the 1% guy? Hawkins said, the 1% man. the 1% man.
I forgot about that.
Was me.
Was me.
Dog. I was like, get this nigga off my screen.
Yo, get this nigga out of here, yo. He said
get this nigga off my screen. What do you mean?
That had that hanging over our head all
the whole time.
Everyone's like, oh shit, Luffy about to die. Nigga, talking about Luffy.
Zoro, who's the 1%? They even had the anime lie for them. The anime lied for them and said it was ex-Drake. And then Hawkins, it was me. Yo, I hope he's not dead, yo. I hope Hawkins is not dead, because if that's how Hawkins goes out, it's just... Yo, WANO is a comedy.
It's gotta be a comedy.
It's comedy. Because you know what else happens? WANO wraps up all this shit, all this messaging, and guess what happens at the end? The #1 bitch in WANO says, you know what? The Kurozumi was born to burn.
Born to burn again.
Tama is standing right there.
Yo, bro, I'm telling you.
And here's Oda. Oh, by the way, Tama's a
Tama's a Kurozumi. I'm like, oh, word?
And we're not even gonna get into Yamato.
That's not Yamato. That's another one, bro. Yamato, Kanjuro's 8 final performances, bro. Kanjuro died 3 different times in the story.
When that nigga turned into Kazumbo, I was like, what?
Orochi said, yes, Kanjuro, it's your time. This is your true final performance. I
was like, I've had enough. And then it's like, it was almost like just giving Yamato something to do. Like what Yamato is even another character. Like I said, I think WANO is one of those arcs that you kind of have to put it at one of the best arcs in One Piece because of just how much was packed into it. But when you dissect that arc and you go through some of these things that happened, you're like, why? I feel like Oda was super ambitious in regards to WANO. And then he got to a point where he's like, oh, I gotta end this. I really gotta end this.
He gotta end it,
because
bro. He did too much.
Even Luffy beating Kaido. Were you moved?
I was glad it was over.
I was happy. I was like, after Luffy grabbed lightning, I was like, okay, Oda's starting to cook again. When that nigga went up in the sky and was like just using, I was like, come on, not another punch? Even after he said, well, my fans, I can't. The thing is, Oda has done amazing endings to fights before. He's done it before. You tell me versus Crocodile, versus Arlong. But the thing is, a lot of these things are like pre-time skip. I think that's the problem with post-time skip. We have not had satisfying endings to arcs. Post-time skip, what's the most satisfying ending that we've had to an arc?
You don't think the whole cake ending was satisfying? I guess the Fishman and Jinbei. Oh man, I forgot about that. I forgot about it. Yo, what happened to Jinbei's crew, nigga? Wait a minute. What happened to Jinbei? What happened to the Jinbei? What happened?
First off, Luffy versus Katakuri fight. Not a satisfying ending. Secondly, Sanji baking the cake. It didn't even knock out Big Mom, by the way.
I mean, she took a little nap. That counts.
Bro, Big Mom was right back up. And then somehow Jinbei and his band of hooligans, they managed to stop her. And none of them got hurt. And it's like, oh, we're just gonna swim away. We're just gonna sail away. I guess Punk Hazard?
Punk Hazard wasn't bad. That was Aokiji. That was Aokiji, right? Aokiji, Dofi, Law declaring war on
Aokiji, Dofi, Law, but that bled into Dressrosa, right? And Dressrosa's ending, Grand Fleet was cool. But the problem was, we talked about it. I don't think Luffy was the one that should have ended Dofi. Should have been Law. But Jay, we also can't forget, in the midst of the Grand Fleet shit, we had the Birdcage. We had Gats.
Gats was terrible, bro.
So when we have like all these what the fuck endings, bro, we've been waiting 4 years for the end of the arc. 4 years for the end of WANO. And then when we get the culmination of it with Frankie versus, I'm sorry, what was his name?
Satsuki? Is that his name?
Satsuki?
Yeah, right? The little rhino?
Sasaki, that was his name.
Sasaki. Sorry, I think it was somebody else. Damn. Yeah. That fight was terrible.
Sasaki. What? Is that a rhino?
Bro, my man's head was his head was spinning.
Is that a rhino? Was Sasaki a rhino?
And niggas was yes, he was a Triceratops. I think Triceratops. Nigga said a rhino, nigga.
What? And then you basically use who's who for exposition.
Oh man,
I think
Flying Six were a disgrace, nigga. I'm sorry.
They weren't it. They weren't
just
it.
When OT got washed by Nami, bro.
OT got
and then
washed
Big Mom
by
took him out.
Big Mom.
Yo, Page One really got tagged once, and we never saw that nigga again.
But here's the thing with Page One. I don't know if Oda's trying to go for a theme here. We just wanted to have Page One on one page, because after Sanji kicked Page One, he was gone for half the arc. Then all of a sudden, he's walking in with the Flying Six. Then after he fights against Big Mom, he's gone for the rest of the arc. It's like, what? Okay, that's cool. So Wano is a mixed bag, bro. It's a mixed bag. And I think that the great thing about 2023 is that Egghead is showing us or reminding us what we were missing.
Yes.
Reminding us of stakes, character, development, comedy even. Like, it's just one of those. I think Oda is back. It feels like, right? It feels like Wano was an arc that Oda was like, this is for me. This is for me. This is for my childhood.
Yeah.
I want this. All these things, I want this to happen.
Yeah.
And so he didn't care about how people felt about it. Mothering mode. He didn't care about how people felt about it. He had this idea, this grandiose idea for Wano. He didn't care. He's like, bro, I've been waiting for this arc. There are a lot of things that I care about. I'm just going to do it. And so the arc, I think we can tell. Like, a lot of people try to get mad when people say Wano isn't their favorite arc or whatever. But bro, at the end of the day, it just wasn't a lot of people's favorite arc.